So when you go for a job interview, you want to make a good impression. There are certain phrases that often are used in interviews, so it's good to know them and be able to use them or to understand them at least. So let's make a beginning with the first question. And where are you working currently? That's the interviewer, and the interviewee responds, actually, I'm right now. So you've got quite a bit of time, and then we will see the answer. So if you want to tell someone that you're out of work, but put it into a slightly more positive light, you could say that I'm between jobs. And underemployed doesn't mean unemployed. It means that you have work. Maybe you are in your current job, but they don't give you enough work to do, or alternatively, the work that they give you doesn't challenge you enough. It doesn't give you a chance to show exactly what you're capable of doing. What about clock off? Well, at the end of the day, you say, I clock off. I stop work. Maybe I leave the workplace. It depends. If you're at home, you could say I clock off again, but it tends to be used more about actually being in a different place of work from where you live and then stopping. Clock on is to begin work. Maybe in the morning, it depends, doesn't it? But to begin work is to clock on. Question 2, where did you first hear about this? Was it through LinkedIn? Okay, let's start the clock. So this time, A is the answer. An opening, it's another way to say a vacancy or an available post. You see the example sentence, we don't have any openings just now, I'm afraid. We don't call a vacancy a workplace. The workplace is the company, the factory where people work. You see here the example sentence is AI, or artificial intelligence, is likely to transform the workplace. So there, the workplace means the working conditions of everyone, everywhere. And as we said, a vacancy then is another way to say an opening. You see in the third row of the table, the orange row, there are some word friends there for the word vacancy. So you can fill a vacancy, and that means you find some person suitable for it. And a vacancy comes up means that a vacancy becomes available. So the sentence there says a vacancy has come up for a programmer. Question 3. For us, the ability to balance multiple projects is a key requirement. Do you? Okay, you've got some time now to think about that one. Do you bring that to the table? Bring something to the table means that you contribute some skill or accomplishment or experience to a group or an organization. Meet up, well, meet up means to meet someone, but measure up, that could have been correct if it was available as an option. Measure up means be good enough. So you might say, this is a pretty tough assignment that you've given me. I hope I measure up. I hope I'm good enough to do what I need to do. Another way to say that would be to say, I hope I have what it takes. But you need to use the word it there. I think that's why C is incorrect. Question 4. You would be a team of 6. Have you worked in a supervisory role before? Okay, let's think about that one. You would be overseeing or supervising a team of 6. You would be the person who monitors what they're doing and pretty much is in charge of them. Responsible to, that's really the opposite of what we want to say here, because responsible to means that if you say you're responsible to John, well, that means that John is above you in the hierarchy. And survey is to question people. We surveyed our clients and only 10% were in favor. Here's question 5. Could you walk me through your, it'd be helpful to hear it from you in person. Okay, let's start the time on that one. So to walk someone through something means to step by step talk to them about a list of information that you have, to gradually, step by step, talk to them about all of the things that you have in front of you. And a resume is really a list of information, because a resume is a short summary document of your basic experience and skills and maybe something about your educational background. It's usually 1 page in length at the maximum at most, which is shorter than a CV sometimes. CVs can run into 3 or even more pages. And referee, well, a referee is a person, not the person who blows the whistle when you make a foul in a football game here. It's the person who vouches for, who guarantees that you have the suitable kind of character or background or skills that a potential employer would be interested in. And what about a reference? That's a letter from someone like a referee telling a potential employer that they know you and that they usually have a good opinion of you and your skills. Let's go to question 6. One of my strengths is my ability to work to my team members effectively and fairly. Okay, 20 seconds start now. So, delegate work is to give work or assign work to people. When there is a lot of work to do, we have to divide it up. And delegate usually means that you decide who does what as the supervisor in some way, as the person responsible. Reach out to someone just means to communicate with or contact them. So let's see the example in the green row of the table. I will reach out to our accountant and get his thoughts. And finally, appoint, that means to hire someone, to put someone in a particular position that was vacant. Okay, let's go on and look at the list of all of the words then that we've seen in this test. Here they are. So if some of those were new to you, you can use this list maybe to learn them from. Let us know if you've got ideas for future topics of vocabulary that you'd like us to cover, and speak to you in one of the future videos then.